Hi guys, it's Dylan from Bijou Diamond Jewellery in London again with another watch review, and today we're looking at the Rolex Datejust 31mm. Let's cast our minds back to 1945, which was the 40th anniversary for Rolex, and they released a special piece called the Datejust. The Datejust was unique compared to their other watches because it featured a new date function, which meant you could adjust the date quickly rather than having to cycle through the hours and then change the date that way. They created a movement where you could isolate just the date window alone and cycle through the dates in a quick and efficient way. Since 1945, it's been a very simple looking watch, three-hand design and then a date window, so very clean, simple looking piece. Very timeless, elegant, and it's never really going to go out of fashion. Since 1945, there have been several variations. The one that we're interested in since then was in the 60s, and that was the release of 31mm, and that was released as a mid-sized ladies Datejust. Fast forward to now, and we see many different options for the Datejust. Let's kind of break down the different options and customizations you can make if you wanted to have a Datejust. So the first thing that we'd look at is the case diameter, and the Datejust comes in 28mm, 31mm, 34mm, 36mm, and then 41mm for different case diameter variations. The 28mm, 31mm, and 34mm are kind of aimed at ladies, and then the 36 is kind of like a unisex watch, and then your 41 is kind of aimed more at men. So you've got two options for the bracelet. You can go for a Jubilee bracelet, which is what we're looking at today on this watch, or you can go for an oyster bracelet with an oyster clasp. Personally, I prefer the Jubilee bracelets. I think it suits the piece much better. It's much more delicate and intricate. And I think the oyster bracelet is a little bit more sporty looking, a bit more average. It's not very unique looking. I think especially on the ladies versions, the 34mm, and actually I'd say maybe the 36mm downwards, I think the Jubilee looks much nicer. We then have a couple options for metals. You can go steel, rose gold, yellow gold, and then bimetal options as well. Like we're looking at today, this one is a steel and yellow gold bimetal version. Then we move up towards the top of the watch and we get to the bezel. The bezel comes in a few different options. We've got domed bezels, domed set with diamonds. We've got the fluted bezel, which is what we're looking at today. And then you also have a diamond set fluted, which has diamonds every now and again along the bezel. And then we also have a full diamond set bezel, which looks really cool, especially for the ladies' watches. I think that looks really nice. Further into the center of the watch, we have the dial, and the dial comes in several different variations, from mother of pearl to silver, white, black, different indexes. You can have Roman numerals, diamond dots, etc., etc. So there's plenty of options for dials. Definitely an option to suit anyone. I think that's the really nice thing about the Datejust, is there's so many options that you can have for it. There's literally no excuse for you not to find one that you like. Let's have a look at some of the features of the Datejust. So its main feature obviously is its date window, in terms of being able to change the date quickly. That was kind of the first watch ever to have that feature. So you've got those simple three hands, no chronograph, very simple piece. I really like the design, very clean, elegant look. Timeless, it's definitely not going to go out of fashion, as I said before. This watch was released in 1945, has barely changed since then, and still one of Rolex's most popular watches. Let's move on to the bracelet now. So this is a Jubilee bracelet, which is made up of 5 parts per link. Really smart. It looks kind of like jewelry. I really like it. I think it's great for the women's watches because it kind of goes with that whole delicate women's style or jewelry style. I think it looks very dressy as well, but you could definitely dress it down and wear it every day. Plenty of our clients that have the Jubilee bracelet wear it every day as well. Then we look at the back of the bracelet and we can see the clasp, which is a concealed clasp, a crown concealed clasp. You just got the Rolex crown there sitting on top of the bracelet, which is a really nice touch. It's very subtle, again going with that whole jewelry style, very understated and a really clean look. Again, looks more like a bracelet, like a jewelry bracelet rather than the bracelet for a watch, which is really nice. This one has the fluted bezel, one of my favorite bezel options for the Datejust. I love it on the day date. If you haven't seen our day date review, then go check that out. I love the way the light shines off a fluted bezel. It's such a cool angular appearance and it really like sparkles. And then if we move on to the dial on this watch, we have the silver dial on this one, which is a really cool, almost like a pearlescent appearance in certain light. It's got this sort of brushed CD effect, kind of all the brush marks towards the center of the watch. And we've also got diamond dots on this one too, instead of Roman numerals or index markers. I really like the diamonds on this. I think they're really smart. They go with the whole jewelry appearance of the watch. So we kind of got the Jubilee bracelet, which has that shiny, small, intricate links, very much like jewelry. Then we've got our fluted bezel, which creates that sparkle. And then we've got those amazing diamond dots, which kind of add another level of sparkle in that dial. I think this combination of the yellow gold, fluted bezel, diamond dot, silver dial, and the Jubilee bracelet really kind of ties in all together and makes a really nice jewelry looking style watch. Very delicate, dainty, sparkly, and perfect for women. Of all the sizes for women, I'd say the 31mm is probably my favorite one for women. I think it's a great size. The 36 kind of edges on a little bit too big, I'd say, for some girls. Not all, I think it can look great on some girls. I personally prefer the 31 because it's kind of delicate, dainty, very understated, and a great sort of everyday watch. Overall opinion on this watch is I think it's a great women's watch. I like the Jubilee. I'd definitely go for Jubilee. I'd definitely go for fluted. If you can go for the diamonds, go for it. And the silver dial is amazing. I like the bimetal as well. I think the white gold and steel is a great look, but this yellow gold kind of gives it a little edge and kind of lifts the watch a little, gives it a little more color and warmth. That kind of gives it an elegant appearance. And you look back at some of the older ones, a lot of those have that bimetal yellow gold. It's very classic Datejust, that yellow gold and steel. I think it's a great look, and you definitely cannot go wrong with this piece. Thanks guys for watching. Let us know what other watches you want to see. Let us know what Datejust variation you'd have, and be sure to check out our engagement rings and wedding bands and tennis bracelets online.